Good morning. It is very, very early in the morning. I'm gonna make some AG1, then I'm gonna make some coffee. It's gonna be a good day. My throat feels like it's closed up. I'm gonna turn a light on. Dark in here. There we go. Hello, good morning. I have a sore throat situation happening. I ordered some books. The first book is called The Body by Bill Bryson. Bill Bryson once again proves himself to be an incomparable companion. The Body will lead you to a deeper understanding of the miracle that is life in general and you in particular. The camera ran out of battery. But anyways, that was Bill Bryson. I got The Perfumist of Paris by Alka Joshi. I really like all three books. It takes place in Paris in 1973, and it revolves around Radha, and she's like a reoccurring character from the first and second book. I haven't read this book since earlier on this year, so I'm trying to remember all the details, but I remember she's living with her husband, who is Parisian, I believe, and she has 2 kids. She's working really hard to get up in the ranks as a perfumist. And then there's a reason she goes to So she goes to India and she meets her sister. But anyways, I don't want to spoil the rest of the book. This was a 5 out of 5 read for me. The next book is Ikigai, I think it's pronounced. And it's the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Beautiful, beautiful cover. It's so beautiful. And then the back has like a review by New York Post. And the side of the book, I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says, "Only staying alive will make you want to live 100 years," a Japanese proverb. And then, according to the Japanese, everyone has an ikigai, a reason for living. And according to the residents of the Japanese village with the world's longest living people, finding it is the key to a happier and longer life. Having a strong sense of ikigai, the place where passion, mission, vocation, and profession intersect, means that each day is infused with meaning. It's the reason we get up in the morning. It's also the reason many Japanese never really retire. In fact, there's no word in Japanese that means retire in the sense it does in English. And a real purpose in life and the happiness of always being busy. So I guess they're following one of the blue zones, and one of the blue zones is in Japan. Blue zones are places in the world where there is a high percentage of people that live over 100 years old. I believe there's one in Italy. I believe there's one in the US. I think it's in California, some Adventist church, I believe. And then there's one in Japan. And then there might be like 2 other ones. The next book is The Daily Stoic, and these are 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. I already started this, and it goes by dates. It has August 15th, and then the next page has August 16th. So basically, each of the days they have a title. They have a couple paragraphs. Okay, so basically all the quotes or the paragraphs in this book, they're like a collection of history's greatest minds, from George Washington to Frederick the Great to Ralph Waldo Emerson, along with today's top performers from the Super Bowl, winning football coaches to CEOs and celebrities embrace the wisdom of the ancient Stoics, because they realize the most valuable wisdom is timeless, and that philosophy is for living a better life, not a classroom exercise. November 27th, The Pleasure of Tuning Out the Negative. How satisfying it is to dismiss and block out any upsetting or foreign impression and immediately to have peace in all things. This is by Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 5.2. And then after that, there's like a huge paragraph of like an insight. I'll read, actually there's a couple paragraphs. Stoics were mercifully spared the information overload endemic to today's society. They had no social media, no newspapers, no television chatter to rile them up. And even back then, an undisciplined person could have found plenty to be distracted and upset by. So that's nice. I'm gonna finish reading this and then I'll continue with my book haul. I just have a couple more books. I'm gonna read each of the days every single day, and maybe I'll share them on camera. So next book is called The Well-Lived Life by Gladys McGarey, MD, mother of holistic medicine. And then it's why am I having so much trouble reading this? 102-year-old doctor's 6 secrets to health and happiness at every age. And the book is really, really pretty. In the back, it says the author, Dr. Gladys McGarey, is the true mother of holistic medicine, a visionary and pioneer who, at the age of 102, is still sharing her wisdom with all of us. As founder of the American Holistic Medical Association, she has taught clinicians a different and more powerful path to healing. This is going to be about her 6 secrets to health and happiness. Oh yes, the next book is When Breath Becomes Air. I've heard such good things about this book, and I've already read this book a couple weeks ago. It was a 5 out of 5 for me, but it's a memoir basically. He didn't get to finish the book, so his wife and his friend helped finish the book. His name is Paul Kalanithi, and he is a neurosurgeon. At the age of 36, on the verge of completing a decade's worth of training as a neurosurgeon, Paul Kalanithi was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. One day he was a doctor treating the dying, and the next he was a patient struggling to live. When Breath Becomes Air chronicles Kalanithi's transformation from a naive medical student possessed, as he wrote, by the question of what, the most critical place for human identity, and finally into a patient and new father confronting his own morality. And the last chapter of this book, I remember, it just kind of took me out. That's when I felt like I was kind of sobbing. A full journey with this book. There were really funny moments, there were really interesting moments, there were really, really sad moments. Lots of moments where my mind was just blown by some of the things that he was talking about. Great book. I really like it. I just wanted to add it to my personal collection. This is the last book in the haul today, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, and it's a guide to wealth and happiness. Eric Jorgensen. Getting rich is not just about luck. Happiness is not just a trait we are born with. These aspirations may be out of reach, but building wealth and being happy are skills we can learn. So what are these skills and how do we learn them? What are the principles that should guide our effort? What does progress really look like? Naval Ravikant, that's this person, is an entrepreneur, a philosopher, and investor who has captivated the world with his principles for building wealth and creating long-term happiness. An Almanac of Naval Ravikant is a collection of Naval's wisdom and experience from the last 10 years, shared as a curation of his most insightful interviews and poignant reflections. This isn't a how-to book or a step-to-step gimmick. Instead, you will learn how to walk your own unique path toward a happier and wealthier life. And also, this book is available for free download in PDF and e-reader versions on navalmanac.com. That's NAVALMANACK.com. He's not earning any money on this book, and he has essays, podcasts, and more at nav.al. So I'm going to start this book probably next week. I hope I really like it. Those are the books that I got. There was actually a few more books. They have not been delivered yet. So anyways, these are all the books. Actually, right now I'm reading a few different books. I'll talk about them, but first I kind of want some coffee. Hello, I'm having some lunch. I have a chicken wrap here, chips, and some sauce. But anyways, this is being filmed on my phone because my camera is acting kind of weird. I really need to learn how to work that thing. It's kind of later in the afternoon. I had my coffee. It's 1:34 p.m. and worked, and now I'm having lunch. I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls.
And then I'll be like, thanks. And then he'll be all, do. And I'll be like, better? And he'll be like, you look good no matter what you do. And then I'll be like, what? Too bad if he doesn't like it. It serves him right for working all the time. Oh, the best. It's like beyond human.
More like a cartoon character?
Yeah, it's like Snap's hair from Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Wait, am I thinking of Crackle? Is Crackle the one who wears a hat?
They all wear hats.
That's
It's like
good.
part of their uniform. Yeah, but one of them wears it like all the way on his head or brooms. Okay, so God, come here, you guys. It's Rory through the ages. Oh, I totally forgot that was there.
Monsieur Gilmore, that's us.
Hey, when we're done, can we go back to that beautiful
Park bench?
No park bench.
Cool. What I meant was, that's cool that you're offering to have us.
Very well. I respect your decision.
That was like a rotisserie chicken wrap that I got from Costco. I know Costco has like the best of everything. Like one of my happy places. Almost 1:45 now. So here are some of the books that I'm reading right now. I'm reading Iron Flame, which is the second book in a series. The first book, Fourth Wing, I read back in August, and it took me about a week to read it. It was a good book. I really liked it. And then I pre-ordered Iron Flame, and it came with the black edges, which I really like. My Fourth Wing book does not have the black edges. I also have a Kindle version of this book, and I'm about 93% of the way done with this book. So I have a little less than an hour to go, but I really like it. A lot is happening, but then at the same time, not a lot is happening. The purpose of this book was just to entertain. For me, at least, that was the purpose, and it's serving its purpose. So Iron Flame so far, 5 out of 5. I'm about an hour away from completing it. I like the characters, I like the story building, I like the land, the fantasy nature, and I'm excited to finish this. And then the next book I'm reading, I started this yesterday, and it's called The 100 Years War on Palestine, and it's by Rashid Khalidi. And it's a history of settler colonialism and resistance, 1917 to 2017. I think it's a very important book for me to read right now. I try to keep up with what's happening in the world right now, but it can be very intimidating, daunting, scary, all the above. But as a normal person, there are many things that we can do to bring about change in this world. And I believe it all starts with educating ourselves and then educating people around us. I like doing that through books. So I'm on chapter 1 right now, and I'm using these little tabs to mark some of the areas that I like. So there's a tab right here, there's a tab right here, is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is by Stephen Covey. This is one of the most popular business or leadership books, but it can be read by literally anyone in this world. I'm on habit 2 right now, and then highlighting and annotating and underlining, and I'll show you my notebook for this book. I like to reread chapters twice. The first time through, I'm reading it, I'm underlining, highlighting, annotating, whatever it is, and then the second time through, I'm doing more of a reflection. So that's that. I highly recommend this book to anybody and everybody. So those are the 3 books that I'm reading currently. But there's another book that I just finished. It's called The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. And I read that book all in one day. And then at nighttime, I watched the movie. The story is just so wholesome, so cute. So the story follows this man named A.J. Fikry. He's a bookshop owner. His wife recently died. The book starts off with in the point of view of Amelia, also known as Amy, and she works for a publisher, I believe New York, and she is on her way to this island where AJ Fickery lives on top of his bookshop in the upstairs bedroom above his bookshop. But AJ Fickery, he's very depressed. He lost his wife. He drinks himself to sleep almost every single night. His wife's sister and brother-in-law are there, so they kind of take care of him when they can. But anyways, they're on this very random day. He gets robbed of his first edition Edgar Allan Poe collection of poems before Poe went by the name of Poe. So that gets stolen, and then a couple of days later, there's this baby that shows up. There's this baby that is left in his bookshop, and the note says the mom can't take care of the baby and that she wants AJ to take care of the baby. The rest of the story just follows AJ and the baby and Amelia, the woman that works in publishing. And then I went on to watch the movie the same night. And only thing is, the actress Lucy Hale, I wish they had stuck close to what Amelia looked like, dressed like, talked like a little bit more in the movie, because in the book she was supposed to be like very quirky, but in the movie they made Amelia kind of simple and not so quirky. But anyways, I really liked the book. I thought the book was a 5 out of 5. I thought the movie was a 4.5 out of 5, only because of Amelia's characterization. There's also this book of poems that I'm reading. It's called Pretty Boys Are Poisonous by Megan Fox. I'm about 50% of the way done. It's a very short book, and I'm actually listening to the audiobook because it's read by Megan Fox, and it's just like a collection of poems that she wrote on heartbreak and her inner thoughts. I really like it. Yeah, after I finish Iron Flame, I'm reading The Assassin's Blade, which is Throne of Glass, book number 3. Apparently it's book number 1, but it was published as the 3rd book in the series, so I'm just gonna read it as it's published. Super excited. I have one more thing left to do today. I have to cook egg curry. I'm going to edit in the evening, and that's about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to work.
So have to. We'll pretend we're in